What are the RCMP hiding? What are they not telling us? Why the sudden break for this kind of a serious case that demands urgent and swift attentions? A pink blanket, 2 tiny footprints, and a silence that has haunted Canada for months. Jack and Lily Sullivan are still missing, and questions swirl about what the RCMP isn't telling us. But here's what you can do right now. Hit subscribe. It's your proof that you stand with Jack and Lily, demanding answers. Like this video, share it, and comment where you're watching from, so that what happened to these innocent children doesn't happen to another child out there. Together, we can keep their story alive and keep the pressure on for the truth. May 2nd, 2025. Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. 4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lily Sullivan vanished without a trace. That morning, the air was heavy, the forest thick with fallen trees from last year's storm, but no one expected the silence that followed. Family and neighbors searched, calling their names, hoping to hear giggles from 2 small children hiding in the brush. Then came the pink blanket, torn. One piece caught high in a tree near an ATV trail. Another pressed against a broken window. A third found deep in the trash. It was Lily's, and it was all they had. The RCMP launched drones, dogs, and helicopters. The community watched, hoping, waiting. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Each press conference repeated the same numbers: 488 tips, 54 interviews, 11 specialized units, but still, no Jack, no Lily. Confusion grew. Why weren't there updates? Why was the family left to face rumors alone? Online, suspicion mounted. Was something being hidden, or was the search too heavy for anyone to carry alone? That pink blanket became a symbol, a promise that the world would not forget Jack and Lily Sullivan. But with each passing day, the silence became louder. The RCMP said the numbers told a story. 488 tips, 54 interviews, 11 specialized units, drones scanning treetops, dogs sniffing deep into root tangles, officers combing the storm-torn forest inch by inch. But numbers can't hold a mother's hand, and they don't stop the whispers. A gag order fell over the family, tightening around those who loved Jack and Lily most. Mothers, fathers, grandparents told they couldn't speak. Each day, they watched rumors spiral online, unable to correct them, unable to defend themselves. Susie Dunn from Dalhousie University said it best: social media rumors thrive in silence, and the RCMP's silence is an echo chamber. Videos circulated. Theories spread like wildfire. Some said it was an abduction. Others blamed the family. Each rumor sharper than the last. Each post a blow to a family already on its knees. The public grew restless. Why no daily updates? Why so many unanswered questions? Why no clear timeline? The RCMP defended their silence, saying it protected the investigation, that every withheld detail was a shield for Jack and Lily, not a wall against the truth. But for many, hope was starting to feel like waiting in the dark. Online, the rumors multiplied. Some said it was a drug party that went wrong, that the night before Jack and Lily vanished, a party spiraled into chaos, and the children paid the price. Others whispered about child trafficking rings, convinced that the disappearance was part of something much darker hidden in quiet Nova Scotia roads. And then came the claims of a police cover-up, that the RCMP knew more than they were telling, protecting people they shouldn't, letting key evidence slip through their fingers. The RCMP denied the drug party rumors. They said no evidence supported those claims, and Daniel Martel himself publicly denied them. They dismissed talk of police corruption, stating the investigation was thorough, professional, and ongoing. But many questions remain unanswered. They never explained the timeline gaps. They never detailed which of the 488 tips were credible, or how the pink blanket pieces ended up where they did. They never clarified what the polygraph tests truly revealed. All while, online, each silence was filled with fear and theories. The RCMP says there's a reason for the silence. They say legal constraints bind them. That in Canada, details of an active investigation can't simply be shared, no matter how many people demand answers. They say it's about avoiding public panic. That speculation, fear, and misinformation could derail real leads or endanger the search for Jack and Lily. And they say it's about protecting the integrity of evidence. If suspects know what the police know, they can hide, run, or erase the truth before it's found. Early in the investigation, Daniel Martel, the children's stepfather, turned over his phone, his bank records, and his GPS data. He even took a polygraph test, hoping to clear suspicion and help the search move forward. But the RCMP never publicly confirmed those polygraph results. They never explained what Daniel's data revealed, if anything. They say it's to protect the investigation, and maybe to protect hope. In the towns and roads where Jack and Lily's laughter once echoed, reminders of hope began to appear. Pink ribbons tied to fences and mailboxes. Teddy bears left at the RCMP detachment. Small notes pinned to their fur saying, "Come home soon." Community vigils glowed under the fading light. Families holding candles, whispering prayers, refusing to let these children become just another cold case. Amidst frustration and silence, the RCMP repeated their calls, dashcam footage, surveillance videos from April 28th to May 2nd. Any detail, however small, could matter. Local volunteers joined search teams, combing trails and abandoned sheds, refusing to give up. First Nations communities offered their support, standing alongside grieving families, tying ribbons, sharing food, holding prayers for Jack and Lily. In a province still healing from past storms, people came together, hoping to bring 2 children back home. From the first day Jack and Lily vanished, Daniel Martel did not hide. He handed over his phone, his bank records, his GPS data, anything to prove he had nothing to hide. He took a polygraph test, sensors strapped to his arms. As the question hung in the air, "Did you hurt Lily and Jack?" Daniel later said the results were favorable, though the RCMP never confirmed it. But cooperation did not erase suspicion. "Of course, the stepfather is always the prime suspect right off the bat," Daniel said, frustration and exhaustion in his voice. He visited the RCMP office, called for updates, sent text messages offering any detail that might help. But as days turned to weeks, communication slowed, and the silence felt heavier. Adding to his pain, Child Protective Services barred him from seeing his baby daughter Meadow, while the investigation continued. To Daniel, it felt like living under a shadow, grieving 2 missing children, while fighting to prove he was not the reason they were gone. And yet for him, the priority remained clear. "I've given them everything so this investigation can move forward." In a case filled with questions and heartbreak, Daniel's story is a reminder that the search for truth is never simple. Today, the investigation into Jack and Lily Sullivan's disappearance stands at a painful standstill. No major breakthroughs, no clear answers, just updates that trickle in without the hope people are desperate to hear. The RCMP continues to say the case is active. They've received hundreds of tips, conducted dozens of interviews, and reviewed countless hours of footage. But nothing has led them to Jack and Lily. The pink blanket, the 2 small boot prints, the sliding patio door left open. Each piece feels like a clue, yet none have brought them home. Rumors fill the silence, theories replace facts, and for a family caught in this storm, the hardest question remains: where are Jack and Lily? The $150,000 reward is still on the table for any information that leads to finding them. A reward that is not just about money, but a plea for the one person who knows something to come forward. Because for Jack and Lily, and for every child still missing, the world cannot move on until they are found. If you know anything at all about where Jack and Lily might be, please call the RCMP. You may think it's small, you may think it doesn't matter, but that one detail you're holding onto could be the piece that brings them home. And if you're watching this right now, don't just scroll away. Like this video, share it, comment below, and tell us where you're watching from so we know how far Jack and Lily's story is reaching. Because every share, every comment, and every new subscriber helps keep their story alive. And that's what these children deserve: to be remembered, to be searched for, and to be found. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you won't miss the updates as we continue to fight for Jack and Lily, and for every child who needs a voice. This isn't just a case about two missing children. It's a wake-up call, a reminder that we as a community must stay vigilant to protect every child, because no child should vanish without a trace, and no family should have to live with questions that never get answered. As you watch these images of candlelight vigils, pink ribbons tied on fences, and small teddy bears left in the rain, remember Jack and Lily are not just headlines. They are innocent children who deserve safety, love, and the chance to grow up. And every child in your neighborhood deserves the same. So let this case push us all to pay closer attention, to report concerns, and to look out for the vulnerable around us. Because protecting children is not just the job of the police. It's the job of all of us. Thank you for staying informed, for caring, and for refusing to let this story slip away like so many others. By watching, sharing, and speaking up, you are part of a growing community that stands for children who cannot speak for themselves. And we're not done yet. In Part 3, we will explore how child trafficking networks operate in Canada, and why cases like Jack and Lily's demand that we pay attention. Because together we will not let Jack and Lily's light fade. We will keep it burning, until the truth is found.